Okay, it starts off like a Samuel L. Jackson movie in that it's on a plane, but instead of snakes, it's Bane. It's like Bane on a plane, okay?
Is that my cup?
Stay behind,
That is
brother.
my cup.
Brother, they'll be expecting a body. And he's like, yes, sir. And Bane's like, good on you, brother. And then like a year later, he's at the stadium, and Bane's like,
Dr.
I have a nuclear bomb. Do you know how to disarm this nuclear bomb? And scientist, he's all Russian. He's like, yes, I know how to disarm this bomb. And Bane's like, good. And then he snaps his neck. Gotham City's all like, oh shit, bitch. And Batman's like, well, I'm crippled, but I guess I can wear a leg brace. And then he dresses up as Batman again, even though he hasn't been Batman for like 8 years, which is roughly the amount of time since the last movie, since Christopher Nolan's a fat piece of shit.
Wow, he's a motherfucking genius. Watch your mouth.
He's still fat. He can't be...
And I'm on the ground right now.
It
so
doesn't...
continue talking.
Listen, if he's a genius, that doesn't mean he can't be fat. Nolan is like, okay, so I'm gonna make this movie. And then Bane's like, I'm going to blow up Gotham City in 30 days, but you don't know that. Anyone could have the trigger. And Batman's like, no, anyone couldn't have the trigger. This is just Christopher Nolan's analog for the Occupy Wall Street movie.
Who has the trigger? Who has it?
Batman's like, who has the trigger? And then Bane's like, anyone could have the trigger. Except anyone doesn't have the trigger. Bane has a trigger. Batman's like, Bane, give me the trigger. And then Bane's like, I don't have it. And then that chick that Batman fucked is like, I'm actually Russell Goose daughter. I have the trigger. And Batman's like, small knife's my only weakness. Except that's a line from The Amazing Spider-Man. And so Batman's like, ah! And then Talia al Ghul's like, I'm the worst actor in this movie. And then Batman's all like, ugh! And then Catwoman's all like, pew pew! With the back motorcycle, which is what I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
And then Bane's dead in the most anticlimactic death in the entire history of cinematography. And Batman's like, so anyway, Bane dies in the worst possible way.
Yes, he got a rocket to the chest.
And he's like, phew! And Catwoman's like, oops, sorry, I have kitties. And so Batman's like, whatever. And so there's no more lines from Bane. But just so you know, if there were, it would sound like this. Bane's dead and Talia al Ghul's dead, and Batman's like, I'm gonna drive this bomb into the Pacific Ocean. And so he drives the bomb into the Pacific Ocean. But the really heavily foreshadowed part about him fixing the autopilot actually ends up, so he fixed the autopilot. So he actually lives instead of dying. And then the part where Alfred talks about earlier was like, I won't marry another member of the Wayne family. So he doesn't marry another member of the Wayne family because Christian Bale, aka Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, lives. So yeah, John Blake is Robin because Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you know, he was like, I assume The Dark Knight Rises is actually the sequel to 50-50. And I was really confused when Seth Rogen didn't show up. And then there's some credits. Now you don't need to see it because that's the plot summary of Looper.
Boom!
So, anyway, good night, YouTube. Good night. Good luck. Godspeed. Oops, sorry, I have kitties.